You know that awkward feeling when you see someone totally misreading a situation? Maybe they're acting out of place at the party or overreacting in the movie scenes, and you just like cringe. That feeling is not new. We all experienced it. It's what happens when we observe someone who just doesn't play their social role in the way we expect them to in a social setting. Now let's bring that idea into the workplace. Ever notice how someone's job title doesn't always match what they actually do? Take, for example, a lead developer. You think that they are like coding all the time, like, they're the major coder, or maybe they are like writing technical documentations. But sometimes they are managing teams of developers, acting as the architect of the project, or even handling testing. Their positions says one thing, but their roles say something else entirely. This mismatch isn't just limited to developers. Founders and the executives, the bosses, are juggling multiple roles at the same time. They switch gears constantly, filling gaps where they have to, or finding the right people to take on specific roles. One minute they are strategizing the company's future, and the next, they're fully immersed in the operational details. So if you're stepping into the leadership role, it's crucial to clearly define what roles need to be played and make sure everyone understands their responsibilities. When people know what to expect of them, things run much smoother. Conflicts, just drop off and the whole operation becomes much more efficient. In fact, Peter Thiel talked about this in one of his lectures. It's what he did at the PayPal, and it worked out pretty well. But let's get back into the cringe factor. Cringe is a signal that someone isn't fitting in their expected role. In social situations, it makes us uncomfortable. In organizations, it can lead to confusion and to conflict. Now, here where it gets interesting. We are currently at the brink of another technological revolution, the AI revolution. And corporate structures that we are seeing today have been largely shaped by each technological revolutions that have happened previously. Think of great industrialists like Henry Ford or Kiichiro Toyoda, or electronics revolution with Konosuke Matsushita, Jack Welch. They are the geniuses that have reinvented the organizational structures from the first principles. And now one of the ways of thinking about re-engineering the organization is looking at the roles people play in this organization. So sprinkling some, AI toys on top of the old organization models isn't going to work. And as a startup founder, I must constantly do the customer development by speaking to a bunch of different businesses. It often makes me cringe or sometimes even angry when I see how poorly some teams are managed. People are often working, around the clock for 12 hours a day by doing useless, unproductive, and simply stupid tasks that don't have to be done or could be easily automated. Organizations that want to survive and to succeed must go back to the drawing board. And we can start by listing out, categorizing, and modeling all the roles that are played within the organization. And to make it easy to conceptualize, the whole thing, imagine that your organization is not really the organization. It's a Shakespeare's play with lots of roles that have to be played. And, these roles are played out by the employees of this organization. So you figure out how roles interact with each other. And you think about, do you ever feel weird looking at how some of these roles are being played? Are there any roles that nobody plays and responsibility is constantly kicked around the organization? Or some departments are constantly fighting with each other because the roles are not clearly separated? Or are there any roles that AI solution could play? So I'll leave you with these questions.